आए भी अकेला, into this world we have come alone, और जाए भी अकेला. And in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. Din ka mela. When we do take stock of our lives,
मम देव देवा आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला. दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला.
And this morning, he got a bag of white rice. No, that was from
So what?
No, that rice is right to make the kitchen tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on.
She's going.
Yeah, no problem. Lagi ni bisa cool ya orang kan.
Daripada belum tu mas.
Nah, lagi ada babi je.
Ya, belum. Break tadi.
Wah, 线上比 brain 那上的。 You going to sing? You going to sing?
No, if you want to.
Allez, come on this side. Get out? Ask someone to light it, no? Here. Here. You light it, uncle. Let him light it. Come, fellas. Come on. We've got extra box of match just in case. Just in case now. What is Uncle correct name? What is? Kripaul Boodoo. And all the name Ganesh, Mohan, Boodoo. Boodoo is your name? Is it meant Boodoo? Boodoo. I'm a Simangal. Damn, Simangal.
Kunjam.
I'll ask the fate, right? I'll ask the fate, right? Alright. Let us clap our hands as we prepare, right? अच्छा प्रेम से बड़ो श्री Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Sitaram Namaste. Welcome to each and every one of you, my friends, as we all gathered here to be a witness to this anti. Om Hari Om Hari Om. Eccles Road. Grand Lagoon. MAYARO Namaste Namaha. Shri KRIPAUL BOODOO. Johnny, right? Namaste Namaha. Iti Ganesh Boodoo Namaste Namaha. Mohan Boodoo Nam. Boodoo Simangal. Amrit Simangal. Danraj. Kunjan Namaste Namam. Shri Anteshti Sanskar Sarth Poojanam Kardapyavad. Hardapyavad. Mirdadhe Tu Pratashitam Namam. Om Shri Shantakaram. Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwanaram Gaganasadresham Mirdvanam Shubhagam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Mirdhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayahardam Sarvalok Ekanatam. Pradam Saburo Shriti Vishnu Bhagwan Ki Jai. Son, please the flowers here. Uncle Ji, kindly place the flowers here. Son, come. Uncle Ji. Acha. At this time, my friends, I invite each and every one of you, please take your seat. So, my friends, before we're about to start the ceremony, I will ask each and every one of you very kindly, if at this present time you have any mobile device or cell phone with you of such, may you kindly please place it on silent or switch it off for mere respect for the departed one, my friends, as we are about to start the ceremony. So, hold this in your hand. All you touch him, please. And you hold in the sun and you sprinkle it going around. Om Shri Tyamugotrasya Amukpradetanamasya Iti Mitresnane Shri Shavat Shri Nerdadhete Tau Pratashatam Om Itimugotrasya Amukpradetanamasya Sargirvinashate Nardhamasya Namaha Pradate Ashyalokanardhamasya Pretatatulokanardhamasya Shri Iti Mitresnane Merdadhete Tau Pratashatam. Very good, son. You're not free, right? Finger here? Touch. Yeah. Oh, sure. I'll let touch him, right? Om Shri Talakam. Come straight, come here. ओम श्री तलकम च महापुण्यम पवित्रम पापनाशनम आपराहर्ते नित्यम ललाटे हरे चंद्रम प्रति गृहताम मेधाधीते तु प्रतिशताम ओम इति गोत्रस्य अमुप्रयतनामस्य कृपौल नारदमस्य श्री अस्मत्पिता नारदमस्य चंद्रम मेधाधीते तु प्रतिशताम. Very good. Get it? एते पुष्पदानं प्रतिगृहान् कमंकजी मेधाधीते तु प्रतिशतां नमः. Hold it, uncle. I did this. Come over here. Sit down for long ago. ओम इदं गोत्रस्य मुक्प्रदयतनामस्य इति सर्गविनाशितेनार्दमस्य पुष्पदानं प्रतिगृहान् देवेश मेधाधीते तु प्रतिशतां नमः. ओम इदं गोत्रस्य अमुक्नार्दमस्य पुष्पदानं प्रतिगृहान् देवेश इति अस्मत्निनार्दमस्य प्राप्त्यै अस्य लोकनार्दमस्य मेधाधीते तु प्रतिशताम्. ओम इति गोत्रस्य अमुख प्रदयतनामस्य इति पुष्पदानं मेधाधीते तु प्रतिशताम्. Come on, Gaji. Get it? ओम इति गोत्रस्य अमुख प्रदयतनामस्य इति सर्गविनाशितेनार्दमस्य मेधाधीते तु प्रतिशताम्. Very good. What is? I'll just touch him. I'm going to walk around your body 5 times in total, right? So I'll take all the time, right? Oh, yeah, just like that. Go trust you. Take your time, wave around, walk around. 5 times, right? ओम इति गोत्रस्य मुक्प्रदयतनामस्य श्रीते देवो यामेधाधीते तु प्रतिशतां श्री कृपा बुडो नारदमस्य अस्मत्पिता नारदमस्य श्रीते मिस्ताने श्रीते देवो यामेधाधीते तु प्रतिशताम्. ओम जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. जय जय जय. जब चार तरफ दियाना हो आशार का धूर किनारा हो. जब चार तरफ दियाना हो आशार का धूर किनारा हो. और कोई के बनवाला हो फिर तो ही पेरा पार करो. जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. जय जय जय. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विष को भी अमृत कर दे. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विष को भी अमृत कर दे. पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा. पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा. जो ही तेरा ध्यान हरे फिर जो भी तेरा ध्यान हरे. Jai 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 Krishna Hari Dukiyo ko dukha dur kari Jai 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 Krishna Hari Jai 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 Krishna Hari Jai 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 Krishna Hari Prim Sabro Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ke Jai. Come back, children. Come here, please. Now we do offer the first pinda. Come on this side, please. When I say take his name, when you say Pretanam, you're going to hear this mantra Pretanamasya, or you just take his name, right? Om itim gotrasya, or you say it out loud, right? Om itim gotrasya amuk Pretanamasya, his name. Shriyati Ishate Pindadaram Meradhete Tu Pratishatam Om Shriyati Akshatam Kush Asardam Kalatalam Sankrapam Sargirvinashati Nardamasya. Please sit here, son. Iti Prapti Nardamasya. No, wait. Put your thumbs up. Open them, open here. Prapti Nardamasya Tatvalukanardamasya Meradhete Tu Pratishatam Prim Sabro Shriyati Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ke Jai. So at this time, my friends, we call upon the person who have to say on behalf of this woman, this family, a eulogy of such. Call upon that person now. What's this?
Good morning, everyone. I just want to make sure everyone could hear me. All right. Now, before I begin reading the tribute that Chrissy, Jason, Auntie Lily, and the rest of the family have put together, I would like to say a few words on my own. In moments like these, when we gather to say goodbye to someone so dearly loved, we're reminded of the importance of togetherness. We're reminded how deeply we need each other and how healing it is to simply show up. Grief has a way of slowing things down, grounding us in what truly matters: love, support, and family. I look around today and I see many familiar faces, family, friends, neighbors, people from the community. And I want to thank each of you on behalf of the family for being here. Your presence in the calls, visits, and the quiet gestures speak volume. It reminds us that no one grieves alone. I feel incredibly honored to be standing here today to lend my voice to Chrissy, Jason, Auntie Lily, Amitabh, Carleen, Uncle Basho, and the rest of the immediate family. Because I don't think of them from afar, I think of their home. I think back to my childhood when I was in standard 3 or 4. I used to go over to their house and Chrissy would help me with my homework and revision. So I spent a lot of time here, and looking back now, I realize how much warmth and generosity surrounded the space that was made by Auntie Martina and Uncle Johnny. And it is those small memories too that have stayed with me. On behalf of my family and I want to extend heartfelt condolences to Auntie Martina, Chrissy, Jason, their spouses, and by all those whose lives who were touched by Uncle Johnny. And as the Bhagavad Gita reminds us beautifully, the soul is neither born nor does it die. We believe that Uncle Johnny's soul lives on, free from suffering, held in peace, and carried by the love of all those he leaves behind. We gather not only to say goodbye, but to honor a man who showed us the true meaning of the quiet beauty of life. A man who loved his family and friends wholeheartedly and did everything in his capacity to keep them smiling. Uncle Johnny was kind, caring, compassionate, and intentional with his love. He believed in hard work and in taking care of those he loved without ever asking for anything in return. He lived a life full of gratitude and found joy in the simplest things, whether it was a drive to Toko to enjoy the beach with his family, sitting outside in the morning with a cup of coffee, or watching his favorite Indian movies. Together with his beloved wife Lily, he created a home filled with peace, laughter, and an abundance of love. He adored her, he bought her flowers, reminded her often how much he appreciated her love and everything she did for him. They shared countless memories on trips and always stood by each other through every season of life. Their bond was the very definition of what a marriage should be, rooted in loyalty, respect, and lightheartedness. He'd even tease her just to get under her skin, and they'd both end up laughing. It was their language of love. From the heart of their children, Christy and Jason, this is what they had to say about their dad. Our dad was our compass. He instilled in us strong values from a very tender age and guided us on the right path through life. He ensured that he was always present for us and he loved us unconditionally. He passed down his most authentic traits to us: his selflessness, his ambitious spirit, his sense of adventure and joy, and his charisma. Although our time with him was cut short, it was filled with sweetness and immense love. He was the kind of father every child dreamed of having. In the words of his daughter-in-law, Carleen, he was more than a father-in-law to me, he was a dad. He supported me, encouraged me, and gave me advice I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. During exam season, when I stayed up late studying, he'd be watching TV, and that's when he'd start telling me stories from his younger days, planting melon, and his love for gardening. I was captivated by every word, and I will always cherish those quiet, special memories we created together. From his son-in-law, Amitabh, he will be remembered for his great mental strength. He was a man filled with life and a will to live. And lastly, from his youngest brother, what I'll hold closest are those last few years we shared, finally returning to Trinidad after 2 decades apart. We rebuilt something timeless, filled with laughter, quiet talks, and moments I never knew would become treasures. Those memories, etched deep, will stay with me forever. Uncle Johnny was the kind of person who handled every situation with quiet strength and unwavering grace. Even while facing his hardest battles, he never showed signs of giving up. Even in pain, he smiled. He stood as a pillar of this family, solid, steady, and strong. We may have lost a fighter, but heaven gained an angel. To our beloved Uncle Johnny, we love you endlessly. We will miss you more than words can ever say. And as he would always say when raising a glass, up in the air, down in the truth. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, my friends, I would like to call upon one more person, no stranger to this homeless family, Mr. Rashtamhari.
Sitaram, everyone. Thank you very much for the surprise call to say a few words on behalf of the family. Let me first start by extending condolences to each and every one on this occasion, where today we pay our final respects to Uncle Johnny. Today is a day where we can do a bit of reflection in terms of the past, the present, and the future. So just having listened, Kavita, in terms of the expressions that were made, it's evident that The past is important as we reflect on Johnny, Uncle Johnny, in terms of his interactions, his stories, the experiences that he would have had, and those which he would have shared with all of us. Those are the things that is going to anchor us as we go forward. And the past is important, more so when you have life experiences. And for those of you amongst, gathered here who would have known Johnny a bit more intimately than I would have, you would attest to his humility, his humor, his willingness to help whenever he can. And those are the things of the past that anchors what we're doing here today. Today is a day where gratitude meets grief. Because while we are all saddened with the passing of Johnny, we are delighted as well in the gratitude of knowing what he has done, where he came from, the lives that he has touched, and all that he represented. And when you look around today in the audience, you see family, friends, neighbors in a community that is here to give respect to the relationship of Johnny and the entire family here and how they would have interacted. But what does the future hold? So the future holds this. It is up to the family, Auntie Martina, Chrissy, Jason, the in-laws, the immediate family here, to keep Johnny's memory alive and well, and to keep the memories of what he has instilled as a leader in this family and in the community, keep those memories alive. And we as the immediate family as well give the commitment to Auntie Martina and those at home that we will continue to stand here and be there with them as they go through this very difficult period. I am minded to reflect on a little conversation that my daughter, at the age of 6, we were coming from a funeral, and she said, "Daddy, what happens to you when you die?" Now, a 6-year-old asking you that question, you could dust it off and give any type of response that you want, but she's an intelligent child, so I gave her an intelligent response. So I told her different religions have different meanings and different stories and revelations about what happens when you die. So it's a very gray area for me. But I'm sure of one thing. When you die, people will miss you. There are people who are close to you, those who you would have touched directly will be saddened and they will miss you. And I am sure today, outside of those of us who are gathered, there will be hundreds of people who Johnny would have touched and they will miss him. And that love will be shown in the care and compassion, knowing that Johnny will be missed. And if Johnny would have touched 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20 people in his entire lifetime, I am sure those 20 people will be missing Johnny today. So my friends, today is indeed a day of grief, but it can also be a day of celebration, to celebrate the life of Johnny, who would have struggled in the winter part of his years, knowing the ailments that he had. But Auntie Martina and the family at home here must be commended for standing and fought the good fight to make sure Johnny was well taken care of until his departing a couple days ago. So on behalf of my parents who couldn't make it today, Nelisha, Kavita, my girls who are away, and I know all the family who are locked in on the stream, I want to offer our deepest condolences. And we are saddened today, but we are here to tell you that we are all prepared to stand shoulder to shoulder with all of you as you navigate this very difficult period. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Sitaram.
Dhanyavad. Nobody says anything. You mean you can open floor? No? So at this time of defense, the floor is open. If there's anyone, friends, family member, he or she, if they wish to say anything on behalf of Uncle Johnny, they may come and listen now, please. If not, my defense, let us all clasp our hands as we close our eyes, as we offer prarthana, as we offer prayer once more. Only face to right. Come closer. Right. Take this right. Face on, come. Hari Om Shri Namostute Vyas Vishala Budhe Pulardavendraya Patranetraha Yena Tvaya Bhardata Taila Puranaha Prajvaleto Gyanmahi Pradepaha Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanurdamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Okam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Yayate Gardam Yatakarpatamaham Vande Paramanandam Madhavam Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Mardutaha Sturmante Debesthavai Vedai Sangha Parakramo Varisharai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavasi Taragate Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navedo Surda Surdana Nevaye Tashmei Namaha. Everybody recite after me. Say Om Gita Ganga Chagayatri Sita Satya Saraswati Brahmvidya Brahmavali Trisandhya Mukti Gehini Ardramatra Chirananda Bhava Agni Vai Nashini Vedatre Parananta Tadvarta Gyan Manjari Om Shri Gita Mata Devyai Namaha. Pradam Sabro Shri Pradamhare Lal Ki Jai. My dear friends, as you all gathered here to be a witness to this Anteshti Sanskar, this could be any one of us at any point, at any time in life. But there's a saying in this life, my dear friends, everybody does always wonder what is going to happen to you when you die and when you leave this world, right? But a great man once says, don't study about what is going to happen to you when you die and leave this world. Study the life that you live on this earth, which is more important. As it says, Yatakaram Tatapalam. As so shall you make your bed, my friends, so shall you on it. Uncle G, for the period of time that I have known him, due to the initiation of my godson and my goddaughter, and also to the Vivaha Sanskar, which is the wedding ceremony. I remember the first time I came, he sat there together with his loving son-in-law, and they both kept us company until this child was ready for the puja and his intended Dalahin to be. And Uncle G, you know, sometimes you get this warmth, you get this feeling that people want you to be with them, and then sometimes you feel that people who really care, they do not acknowledge you. Uncle G did not know who he was, and even his son-in-law, and they welcome us with open arms in this home at their wonderful abode. The compassion, the loving, the caring, the understanding, the humility, the simplicity, it is everything that he shared. Not only that he shared with himself, but with his whole entire family. They were like a unit, my dear friends. His daughter was preparing cake, son-in-law was helping, he was sitting there and keeping us company. This one was getting ready, Mataji was cooking. Everybody from different forms came and they contributed in whatever little way. And you know what is something that I always admire about this home? They never ever once made it an issue or problem to see about their father. And that is a blessing, son. There are so many people in society, my friends, that have their parents. And you know, sometimes when our parents are ailing and sick, my friends, because of our hustling and bustling life, my friends, we choose to turn a blind eye towards them. You know, sometimes people, right, and we have to pray that this will ever fall on us, right? But mama, you have paved a pathway so that you can endure and live in it, and also you children, right? That when Uncle G was ailing at his present time, Olia still did all your utmost best. All you can say, I wish I could have done. All you can say, we have done our best. Olia never once shunned or looked down on him. Olia embraced him into every single part of the aspect of what was being done here. And his daughter-in-law, he didn't consider her as a daughter-in-law, but he considered her, as they said, quite rightly, as a daughter. And this is something, my friends, that society today do not understand. The simplest things that comes to our parents and ailments, the first thing you're going to do is to call her home and put them there. Imagine that, my friends. Imagine in society today, people, not this home, but society today, the simplest things that our mother and father cannot walk, they cannot talk, some people will say they become too miserable. But bit, when you were children, how you were? When you were crying every single day in the night, and you want this and you want that, and you couldn't get that, right? There's a saying, and everybody know the saying? Once a man, twice a child. We all, one day, my friends, the higher we go, one day we will fall lower at that point. We have to learn to be loving, compassionate, and caring and adoring human being in society. And that is the thing in society today that people are lacking, my dear friends. Everybody practicing humility and simplicity, but very few people that practice what is called humanity. And humanity, my dear friends, is something that people are lacking today. There's not by saying and showing something, you know, but doing something is even greater in this life. And I can tell you and I can attest with this woman and his family that they have done their utmost best. Uncle G, my dear friends, is no longer with us. But, as one said just now, it is a blessing, it is an honor to know such a wonderful and pleasant soul. Auntie G, you had a great, amazing husband who stood by you and you stood by him, side by side. Today, Auntie, it comes like, in the English word would say, you have life without breath, because your air is no longer here. But at the end of the day, Auntie G, he have left you some beautiful gems. Your daughter, your son, he have left in care of your daughter-in-law, and you have your family. They will be with you, right? And you know why I'm saying they're going to be with you? Because you have paved a pathway to show the compassion for your husband, so that anything happens to you today or anything falls short, that they will live that generation. And that is how we have to do. We have to live a pathway for us to endure happiness in this life, my dear friends. But at the end of the day, my dear friends, we are all subjected to make mistakes. And we all undergo that word which is called karma. Karma no palipyati. We all, in this life, my dear friends, one day or the other, will seek to exist in this life. One day we are here and the next day we are not, my dear friends. But what happens, what is important, is the life that we live on earth. Satyam, Saucham, Daya, and Dan. Satyam means speak the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Live a very truthful life, first of all, to yourself, my dear friends. Daya, which means that you must always learn to be compassionate. Compassionate to the animal kingdom, compassionate to the human kingdom, and compassionate to the plant kingdom. We must be compassionate to all walks of life in this world, my dear friends. He says, Daya, Satyam, Saucham. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Clean your heart, your mind, and your soul. That is how you have to live. God ain't talking about going buy the most expensive soap and expensive shampoo and bathe bit. You can bathe the outer part of the body, but the inner part might not be clean. So your heart, you can't go to temple, church, and mosque, right? And serving God the almighty present form in the greatest capacity to your knowledge. And when you come out of society, you are cursing and disrespecting mourning society, that do not make you a God-loving person. That makes you a very hypocritical type of person. You must live your life in and out of the temple, the church, the mosque, or the puja room, my dear friends. You must live a godly present life every single day on this earth. She said, Satyam Saucham Daya, and finally said, Dan. Dan means you must learn to live a very charitable life. Charity begins where? And that is exactly what they did here. They have paved that life of pathway of charity. But when they say charity begins at home, what is charity, my dear friends? Automatically, my dear friends, most of us, when we think of charity, we think of money. Sometimes people have sandwich to show them how to gain happiness. Forms of charity that we enjoy in this life. But unfortunately, my dear friends, many of us do not understand that form. Let me give you a little story. There was once a man decided to travel to India for a vacation. And while traveling in this vacation in India, for those who ever went India, it is not what you think it is. Right? When the man landed on the ground, the first thing he saw was beggars. When I mean beggars, not one beggar, but many beggars. Right? So all the beggars, my friends, they flocked to this one man. But one beggar in particular drew his attention. A beggar begging with two hands. You ever see a beggar beg with two hands, uncle? Or you beg with one hand? We know at Trinidad, beggar typically beg with one hand, right? So this man begging with two hands, he approaches the man and he said, Sir, could you please tell me, why are you begging with your two hands open like this? So the beggar smiled with him. He said, I'm going to tell you, please don't judge me. He said, okay, I will not judge you. He said, business is good, so I decided to open the next branch. So he says, business is good, so you have decided to open a next branch? He said, you're a very selfish and unworthy beggar. So the beggar said, no, I'm an honest beggar. You know why? Some of us, when we go to give someone $1, auntie, we just question them what you're going to do with that $1. But if you had to question this child, what are you going to do with that $1? Well, don't give him the $1. That might be the last $1 he might get for the rest of the day. Because that $1 and the pain that you've given that $1 with that person, no bait. When you do something, you do it out of your heart. Right? Nevertheless, my friends, he did not give the man the $1. Right? So while walking along the way, he happened to see an alley and he happened to see a next beggar on his side. And as they see the next beggar on the side, my friends, this beggar is begging with one hand. But something drew his attention to this beggar. So as he goes and he approaches the beggar, he said, on the ground, he said, but I feel I know you. So the beggar watches the man and he said, well, I know you too. Right? So he's thinking he's in India and he's getting some kind of spiritual connection that something is happening here. So the man now dips into his pocket and he's going to give the beggar $1, a rupee, my friends, right? So he says, tell me something. How is it that I know you and you know me and it's the first time that I'm coming to India? The beggar, my friends, he took the money from his hand. He puts it in his kurta pocket and said, don't worry, my friend, we are friends on Facebook. Let me tell you what the meaning of that story is. Spiritually, you hear what I'm saying? Spiritually, we are beggars. We're looking from this church and this temple and this mosque to go and find God. And then our downfall in life, you know what is our downfall? We follow the people and not the teachings of God. I always have this conversation with my father. Don't follow the pundit. Don't follow the imam, don't follow the pastor, don't follow the reverend, but follow the teachings that they give to you. Because that is embedded in the book and the scriptures. You too can also learn. But my dear friends, congregational worship is very important. This is why we have to go to this place of worship. So we gain some form of sense of vibration in our hearts. But again, my dear friends, spiritually, we are like beggars. We are looking all over to find God. But where does God reside? The body is the temple of what? Your heart, your body is the temple of God. But in order, my dear friends, for God to reside here, you have to clean it every day. You can't hate your neighbor, right? You can't curse and disrespect people and want to see God, right? You have to live a very compassionate, honest, and caring and understanding life. So every single day that we live on this earth, my dear friends, you must live it amongst each other as your last day. Because today or tomorrow will never come. There's a saying, a great poet once says, they're going to have a time in life. They're going to have a time in life. You will go back to your home. The people will not be there, but the structure will be there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a time in life when you're going to go back to your house or your home, as one would say, right? The people who was once there will no longer be there, but the structure will be there. One day we are here, my dear friends, and the next minute we are not. This is why, my dear friends, nobody can understand what this child or the wife of the Uncle G, what this home or this family or the daughter or the son-in-law, nobody can understand, or even yet to comprehend what they are feeling here today. Today they have lost one of the greatest gems in society. And this gem, my dear friends, it is so hard to replace. Nobody can replace it. But what I can tell you, children, is this. You live a very good life with your father, and your father live a very good life with you. We all make mistakes from time and time today. Not every day is Sunday. One day you agree, next day you do not agree. But at the end of the day, you're always there for one another. That is what counts in society, my friends. As I said before, Satyam, Saucham, Daya, and Dan. Live to the 4 pillars of Sanatan Dharma, my friends, and everything in this life, my friends, will be in a pathway of righteousness to you. Prim Sabro Shriti Brindaban Bihari Lalaki Jai. I want to give a little story. In a month, this month, my friends, is called Shravan. And Shravan is dedicated to Shankar Bhagwan, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, my friends, one day was having a conversation with his Dharmapatni, Parvati Mata. He said, "Oh Parvati Mata, tell me, what do you want to know?" And she responded, "Oh Shiva, I would like to know how people live in the age of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is this time. Kali means dark and Yuga means time. So how people live." So Lord Shiva, he says, "Dear Parvati, in order to understand this, both of us must manifest ourselves as 2 old people and go on a farm." So Lord Shiva and Parvati Mata, they manifest and they went on that farm. On the right side and on the left side. Parvati says, "Shankar Bhagwan, let us go first to the right side." As they walked towards the right side, my friends, they saw a man milking 1 cow religiously. And this man who was milking this 1 cow religiously looked at them for 1 second and continued to milk the cow. When they approached even closer, he got up from what he was doing and he said, "You see, you two, where you have come from, please go back. I have no time for you." So Parvati, first time experiencing this on this planet, which is called Earth, my friends, she felt very hurt. She said, "Shiva, let us go back from here." Lord Shiva, my friends, before he left, he raised his right hand and he said, "That has to. That has to." So Parvati Mata watched Shiva and she said, "Why are you doing that?" The man who was milking that 1 cow, Lord Shiva blessed him with 9 more cows. So now we have 10 cows. So Parvati says, "Why would you give him 9 more cows? He gives you nothing, right?" He said, "My dear lady, I will explain to you a little later." As Parvati Mata took the hands of Shiva and took him to the left side of the field, my friends, this time a man is milking 10 cows. Parvati took the hand of Shiva and spun him and said, "Let us go back." Because if a man who's milking 1 cow has no time for us, the man who's milking 10 cows, would he have time for us? For Lord Shiva, he says, "Dear Parvati, watch and see what happens." The man, my friends, who was milking these 10 cows, he got up from what he was doing. Parvati took the hands of Shiva and turned him, and Lord Shiva said, "No, give him a chance." He got up from what he was doing. He approaches both of them and he said, "You two wonderful people, where you have come from, please have a seat, eat, drink, relax yourself. My home is your home." And Parvati Mata, my friends, she was very shocked by that. And as Parvati Mata was very shocked by that, she watches Shiva and Shiva watches her. And he said, "Do you understand?" She said, "Shiva, I do not understand. But the same way you bless that man, and make sure you bless him." So Parvati and Lord Shiva, my friends, they were about to leave the abode of the man. So Lord Shiva, when he said, "Thank you so much for your hospitality," Parvati Mata hunches Shiva and she says, "Bless him." Parvati Mata told Shiva to raise his right hand and bless him. When Lord Shiva, my friends, he blessed the man, he said that has to. 9 of the cows fell dead on the ground. So Parvati says, "Why would you do that? Why would you take away 9 of his cows?" And he said, "Let me explain to you, dear Parvati." He says, "The man who was milking 1 cow religiously, he had no time for me and he had no ever intention time for me. So I give him 9 more. Let him take. He want to work, let him be work." But the man who was milking these 10 cows and still took his time and made it for me, I take away 9 of his cows, so he will make more time for me. The essence of that kata and the essence of that story is this, my dear friends. Everything that you have in life one day will no longer exist with us, right? Everything one day will come to an end. All goodness must come to an end. Whatever we have in this life, my dear friends, is only loaned to us for a period of time. Your husband, Auntie G, is taken away from you for a reason. Everything is taken away from a reason, because one day we have to learn to detach ourselves from these things. As it is stated in the Gada Puran, my dear friends, even the soul takes the name of this body, you know. When you pull out the body from the hearse, very here, go and say, bring out KRIPAUL, right? They say, go and bring out the what? Go and bring out the body. So the soul takes the name. But coming along the days, or even a week, or whatever it is, then you will remember his name. But even the name itself, my dear friends, is a name tag with us. And even that name, my dear friends, serves no purpose to us. What is important to us, my dear friends, is the life that we live upon this earth. Prim Sabro Shri Iti, Brindaban Bihari, Lal Ki Jai. Please, the floor is yours, children. So, my dear friends, we are here for that purpose, to offer love and compassion to Uncle G here today. So at this time, my dear friends, I will invite first of all the immediate family, the wife of Uncle G, to come together with the daughter-in-law, you child, and they will come offer flowers, and they also come and conduct arati. And after they have completed such, the immediate family afterwards, they will come offer their flowers, and they will also pay their respects. You have a card or something with a bhajan or anything? Or a print card? You have a program? It's no bhajan? No problem. Hari Om Kring Krishnaya Govindaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Shri Krishnaya Govinda. Hari Om. Prabhu ji mere aao, 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 Prabhu ji mere aao. Bajale Govind, Bajale Govind, Bajale Govindam. ये दुनिया ये प्रभु की माया, बजले गोविंदम, बजले गोविंद, बजले गोविंद, बजले गोविंदम. ये दुनिया ये प्रभु की माया, बजले गोविंदम. प्रभु जी मेरे आओ, 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 प्रभु जी मेरे आओ. चार ओर मया बया हो दासी, चार ओर मया बया हो दासी. अकिया हरिगर शन के प्यासे, आ प्यास मिटे आओ, जी आओ अब आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ. बजले गोविंद, बजले गोविंद, बजले गोविंदम. हे दुनिया हे प्रभु की माया, बजले गोविंदम, बजले गोविंद, बजले गोविंद, बजले गोविंदम. ये दुनिया हे प्रभु की माया, बजले गोविंदम. प्रभु जी मेरे आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ. बेनती तेरा प्रभु को ही न जाने, बेनती तेरा प्रभु को ही न जाने. प्रभु तुझे प्रभु को ही न राले. आप मुरली बजाओ, जी आओ अब आओ, प्रभु जी मेरे आओ. आहुड़ले बजाओ जी आओ अब आओ प्रभु जी मेरे आओ बचले गोविंद बचले गोविंदम हे दुनिया हे प्रभु की माया बचले गोविंदम बचले गोविंद बचले गोविंदम हे दुनिया हे प्रभु की माया बचले गोविंदम बचले गोविंदम ब्रह्म सबरो श्री ब्रह्माणे लाल की जय. So at this time we call upon the immediate family now who wish to come offer flowers. Let me come and listen now, please.
My wife could do it, sister. No?
Yeah, just a little bit. You could offer flowers, you could offer kush, you could offer chandan, you could offer all these things. Sorry.
Just put the flowers.
If anything you want to do, yeah. हरिओम पिंजरी के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई बाहर दसतों का मोशन रे रो भीतर भीतर रोए भीतर भीतर रोए तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई चुप के रोने वाले रखना छिपा के दिल चिकारे रे चुप के रोने वाले रखना छिपा के दिल चिकारे रे ये पद का देश है पगले कोई न तेरा तो तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी तेरे भी पंछी क्या जिंदगारे रे कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी तेरे भी पंछी क्या जिंदगारे रे विधि तेरी कताल की आंसू न कमल धोए तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई पिंजरे के पंछी रे दर्द जाने कोई प्रिंसिपल श्री ब्रह्मानी लाल की जय. So at this time, my friends, for those who didn't get the opportunity and they wish to come offer flowers, and if they also wish to come and conduct arati, they may come and listen now, please, before we are about to leave. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Principal Shri Brahmani Lal ki Jai. Something. Huh? Is it? No. Right, boys, come up, please. One, two, three, four. One more missing. Fine. So, my dear friends, as we all listen to the bhajan, Pinjari Ke Panchili, automatically, my dear friends, we always associate it as a dead bhajan. Anytime anyone hears that song, Uncle Ji, you always think about that. But it is a sad song, indeed, but it's not really to do with that. Because it speaks about Pinjari Ke Panchili. Panchi, which is a bird, right? It is speaking about, son, a bird in a cage. You ever see a man with a bird in a cage? You have a coffee in a cup, right? You have, we call it the bull flinch. I don't know too much about bird hunting, right? You have this bird and you have it. Sometimes you put it up on a height. Sometimes you put it there, close there, while you're drinking, taking a little smoke. And that person will have that bird, and that bird will amuse that person. Because that person, when he comes out, will show off, majority of the time, will show how beautiful that bird chirps. But you see, unfortunately, my friends, to us, that bird songs beautifully, right? But the reality about it, the bird, as it says, the bhajan says, Pinjari Ke Panchili, the bird is captured in a cage. What is the bird that is captured in a cage? The soul is captured in this body. But every time someone goes to the cage, the bird is speaking to you and saying, please let me out, please let me out. That bird is not really singing for you to come so that you can see the bird is singing, but the bird is singing for you to understand to please let me out. In the Srimad Bhagavad Puran, it explains, there was this merchant, my friends. He had this bird in this cage. And this cage wasn't just any ordinary cage, it was a golden cage. He gave this bird everything that this bird wanted in its desire. And one day, this merchant, my friends, decided to go and take a trip abroad. But before he was leaving to take his trip abroad, he asked his bird in his cage, do you want anything? So the bird watches him and said, well, yes. So he said, well, tell me. So the bird says, I can't tell you. So he said, you sure? He said, there's anything, I will give it to you. So the bird delayed that question until that day when that man was about to leave his abode to go about his business. The bird says, yes, there's one thing I want. He said, tell me, dear bird, what is it? He said, I want you to give me my freedom. He said, I'll give you anything, but I cannot give you your freedom. He said, okay, no problem. You cannot give me my freedom. He said, when you go on your journey, I want you to see a bird just like me. And ask that bird, how can I escape this cage? So the man says, you want me to ask a bird how for you to escape this cage? He said, I will ask the bird, but still, no matter the answer, I will not give it to you. I will give you the answer, but still, it will serve no purpose to you. So the man, my friends, conducting his business on that trip, the last thing that he remembered as he was watching the ground and he watched up onto the sky, he saw the line there, he saw some birds there, but one bird was on the ground. So he rushed quickly to the bird and he said, you know what, I forgot to ask a bird the simple question. So when he walked to the bird stood in fright and he said, please do not kill me. He said, no, I do not want to kill you, but I have a question for you. He said, what is the question? He said, I have a bird just like you at home, and he asked me to ask a very simple question. He said, what is that question? He said, how can he escape the cage? My dear friends, that bird on the ground watches the man directly in his eyes for 5 minutes straight. And the man is watching the bird for 5 minutes straight, and not one conversation is being done there. That 1 second that a man decided to watch aside and watch back on his watch to see, because time is going and he needs to take his flight, right? When he watched back onto the ground, what happens? He sees the bird on the ground dead. So he says, but what kind of thing is that? I asked a simple question and the bird is dead on the ground. This is impossible. He said, I am left without an answer to give to my bird. So he's thinking on the plane, what could he do? But he said, you know what? Honesty is the best policy. So he reached home and he said, dear bird, he said, you know what? In the last half of my journey, I decided and I saw a bird and I asked the bird a simple question, how can you escape this cage? So the bird is very happy. He said, and what did the bird say? He said, we were having a conversation. The bird stared me straight in my eye for 5 minutes. I looked for 1 second and I looked back to my watch. When I watched back on the ground, the bird is dead on the ground. The bird in the cage, my friend, started to cry. He said, I know, it is a very sad story. He said, yes. He said, dear man, could you please bring me some water? When the man went to get some water for the bird, and the man returned back to the bird in the cage is also dead. He said, what kind of question is this that I ask and every one of them die? So the man is crying, my dear friends, as he opened the bird cage. He puts the bird on the table. He takes a cloth and he's about to wrap that bird in that cloth. The doorbell rang, my dear friends. As he went to attend to the doorbell, as he come back on the table, the bird is gone. The bird in the journey was telling that other bird, the only way for it to escape that cage is to play dead. Sometimes we have things and we capture it and we don't want to let go of it. But when it lets go and it go on its own, it will set free. But whenever you have something, my dear friends, and you hold on to it tight, as Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavad Puran, and also the Gita, he said, death comes quickly to that man who clings on to life. For death itself is a natural part of life. We are all part and parcel of creation of life, such as we are all part and parcel of creation of death. Anything that exists in this world one day or the other, my dear friends, will also seek to exist no more. One day we are here and the next day we are not. But as Bhagavan Krishna says, he says what is important for us is to learn to live life. You hear what I'm saying? Live life. He said many of us in this age will only exist in life. You know what I'm saying? He said the true purpose of the function of man, it is not to exist but to live. I shall no longer use my days in prolonging it, but instead I should use my time. Time is something, my dear friends, you could give, and time is something you could never receive. And the time that you have spent, all of you in this home and this family, have spent with your father is what is called worthy time. That is time that is worthy. There's useful time and there's unuseful time. The time that we have spent with our loved one is called worthy time. There will be a time in life when we will spend with unworthy people. But at the end of the day, my dear friends, it is part and parcel of creation of life. And that is life, my dear friends. But at the end of the day, we have lived a life of love, joy, compassion, and we share it with our loved ones every single day. Because one day we're here and the next we are not. When we die today or tomorrow, nobody knows what is going to happen to us. But as it says, karma no palipyate, whatever you plant, so shall you reap. So live a very grateful, compassionate, caring, understanding life. I know it is a very difficult thing to know, to live that life, but you have to practice it, my dear friends. Practice it. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, he said there will be three main roots of dispute in the age of Kali Yuga. He said the first thing that man will fight for is when man dips into his pocket and he pulls it out and begins to praise it, the almighty dollar. Man will fight down one another for the almighty dollar. He said without the will or the power of God, not even one single blade of grass on this earth will move. You must have faith in what you do. Right? He said the second thing that man will fight for is the dust that you walk on. You know what you call that? Land. For some reason, I think Indian people know it more than anybody else. I think when Indian people born as a baby, I think them think they hear land, 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 land. They always hear land, 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 land. Because you're fighting this one for land, you're fighting brother, mother, father, sister, aji, aja, whole generation for land. But let me tell you something. I'm a little boy in front of all of you, and I'm going to teach you a very important lesson here today. If me and this child, right, he have a son and I have a son, and his daddy, our daddy, leave the piece of land for him, right, that is his karma. But you know what's going to happen? I'm going to teach my son to hate his son and to hate this uncle. You know why? Because of that piece of land. I know what's going to happen? When that hate that I have projected upon my son, and because of both of us are having a quarrel, right? When we die, two of us die, our both children will fight one another for a useless battle. All you know? Bet it are people, soldiers dying by the thousands for us to live on this earth every single day. While you sleeping in their bed, them dying for a war and a battle that has been fought every single day. But yet, when we get up in the morning, You want to pelt down your neighbor because he take your mango. But these are unworthy things in life. We must live a different type of life. But nevertheless, we're a human being. So he says, the second thing that man will fight for is what is called land. Thus, my dear friends, when you die and I die, it don't go in our box. You might probably take some and put it in your box, but it will stay right here. All the money and the car and the house and the land and everything you work for will stay right here. The only thing, according to our dharma, that you take back with you, right, is your good actions and your bad actions. Right? That determines, according to what we say in the English world, whether you go to the heavenly abode or you go to the hellish abode. That is the only two things to take with you, no? There is a saying, and everybody knows this, for those who listen to Ramayana. When you come in this world, your fist is like this. And when you leave this world, your fist is like this. You come with nothing, you leave with nothing. You come from emptiness, so shall you return to emptiness. So, my dear friends, that is the second thing that man will fight for. But I'm going to ask you this question. If man does fight for money, and man does fight for land, what is the third thing that you think man will fight for? Power, not power. But power is there's a saying, everybody loves power, but nobody has the power to love. Always remember that. But it's not power. Take a guess. What is? Anybody? Take a guess. All right, let me give a little hint. What we have plenty in the audience here today. Huh? What is it, Uncle G? Woman. Say it loud. Woman. And it's correct. The third thing Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that man will fight for is woman. You're afraid to say woman, huh? You see, Lord Krishna says these are the three main roots of dispute. Auntie G, a man might marry Ashwarya Rai, right? But you want to get pretty Zinta. Right? Be content with what you have now, bit. Right? You have one eye, right? Whatever you see is not everything that you will get in this life. Be content with what you have. The greatest amount of war have started, and I ain't going to say because of woman, because of the lust that man have created for woman. I ain't saying woman, The lust that man have created for woman. Check it out. Ramayana. Ravan wanted Sita, he died. Right? Helen of Troy. Anybody know history? Right? Tristan and Isolde. Romeo and Juliet. All these things, if you look at it, you will see the backdraft of it. But in life, my dear friends, what is certain to us is that we must live that life of joy and happiness. You know, there was a great teaching that Mahatma Gandhi, everybody who knows Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, my dear friends, for those who know him, he was a freedom fighter and he's what is called a civil resistance in that form. So Mahatma Gandhi, my dear friends, one day was invited to England. And while Mahatma Gandhi was going on that trip, he took some sand from India and he put it in his pocket. Mahatma Gandhi took the sand and put it in his pocket, and when he arrived on the soil of the train in England, if you do history, you will see it, right? They locked him up immediately and they tossed him in a jail cell. As they tossed him in a jail cell, they brought him in front of what we know today called the Privy Council. They brought him in front of the Privy Council and charges was laid upon Gandhiji. As all these charges was laid upon Gandhiji, Gandhiji smiled, right? And they asked Gandhiji, he said, what do you have to say for this? Gandhiji said, I humbly accept it all. Right? You know what he said? He said, I accept it all. He said, no problem. He said, you have laid all these charges upon me and I have humbly accepted. But could I ask you one simple question? He said, what it is, Gandhiji? As the Lord says, Gandhiji, he took the sand from his pocket, my friends, and placed it onto the ground. As Gandhiji took his right feet and he stepped on it, he said, please tell me, where am I standing? So they say, well, Gandhi, you're standing in the court. He said, no. He said, well, you're standing in the court of England, so you're standing in England. He said, no. So they found out that the sand, but they want to get a little in depth, so they find the sand came from India. He said, okay, Gandhiji, we understand. You're standing in that soil that came from India, so you're standing in India. And Gandhi said no. He said, well, Gandhiji, they got very furious and angry. They said, where are you standing? He said, I am insane. He said, I am standing in God's world. That is the last thing you would expect. He said, you're standing in God's world? He said, yes. You know, ignorance is bliss. They lock him up and they place him in a jail cell because they couldn't understand. So Mahatma Gandhi ji, my friends, Mahatma Gandhi ji, Bapu, was in this jail cell. And for those who know Mahatma Gandhi, he never discriminated upon nobody's religion. As the news editor was entering the jail cell, Mahatma Gandhi was reading a book, our holy scriptures. Can anybody tell me what scripture he was reading? Anybody? A scripture. As I said, he never discriminated nobody's religion. So take a guess. The what? Say? The Bible. Yes, he was reading the Holy Bible. So Mahatma Gandhi holding the Bible in his hand, right? And he said, this book, as he explained to the news reporter, he said, yes. He said, Gandhiji, aren't you Hindu? Why are you reading that book? And listen to what Gandhiji said. He said, any breeze can blow through your house, but make sure it don't blow you out. You hear what he said? He said, any breeze can blow through your house, but make sure it don't blow you out. Even Jesus Christ in the Bible said, he said, man must have faith unto thy faith. Believe in what you do, but do not criticize nobody's religion. I always teach people this. If you're Hindu, be the best Hindu you can be. If you're Muslim, be the best Muslim you can be. If you're Christian, be the best Christian you can be. Whatever you be, you be the best you can be. But any man who condemns a next man of religion, for he or she is not a lover of his own. Always remember, and we must always teach our children, you know. You see, as they say, this generation, call it Gen Z, right? We must teach them it. Teach them to walk with a Bible or a Quran or a Gita. It's better a child walk with a Bible, a Quran, a Gita than a gun, eh? Always remember that. Nevertheless, my friends, the story continues. As he read and he says, but Gandhiji, he said, why are you reading this book? And Mahatma Gandhi says, let me ask you a question. He said, open the tap. What flows into your hand? What do you call it? Water. He said, take the water to a Spanish-speaking country. What do you call it? Everybody should know that by now. Agua. Very good. He said, take the agua and carry it to India. What do you call it? He said, bring back the pani back to England. What does it call? He said, God is called many different names, but there's one. Right? He said, Gandhiji, I still do not understand you. He says, listen. He said, just because a dog is born in a stable, that doesn't mean that dog is a horse. He said, you could born a cow, but you could never die a horse. You hear those words? Those are very strong statements that Mahatma Gandhi said. What he's trying to say is, God, and believe it or not, when you are born into a Hindu, Christian, Muslim home, do you know, according to Hinduism, this teaches us, that you are asked to be born into that home? You are being asked to be born into that mother and that father and asking them to have them so that you could endure that happiness. You have chosen that family, and sometimes when we have that, my friends, we just don't want it. Because not everything you see is what you want. Not everything that glitters is gold, right? Not everything that you see for the first time, there's the saying, all new broom does sweep clean for the first time, right? You will see something that looks so beautiful, but when you enjoy it, it is differently, my friends. But some of us, my friends, God is not an unjust God. God is a perfect God. Always remember that. God blessed you to be a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu. You be the best you can be. Always remember, respect others' faith. It doesn't matter, and always remember this, it doesn't matter what God or what faith you belong to. What matters is your actions that you have performed upon this earth. That is what is important in this life. Pradam Sabro Shri Iti, Brindaban Bihari Lal Ki Jai. No, it's 12 o'clock. No, it's only 12 o'clock. So, my dear friends, as we listen again and again from the various forms of scriptures, it teaches us that the life that we live on this earth, it is very important. As I said before, the life that we live on this earth. Because being intoxicated, my dear friends, by what is called the Maya of this world, it can destroy all of us. The word intoxication, my dear friends, is a very strong statement. So let me use an example. When somebody drinks, right, people will call a person an alcoholic, right? But there's a great saying about that. They say first a man takes a drink, then the drink takes a drink, and then the drink, thirdly, the drink takes over the man. We are intoxicated by different things in life, my dear friends. But just as we are intoxicated by that, we must also be intoxicated by the teachings of our scriptures. In whatever form or fashion that we pray to, my dear friends, we pray to God of our own love and faith. What is important, my dear friends, as I said before, your karma that you have created upon this earth, it is what paves a pathway for when you leave this realm. Prim Sabro Shriti, Brindaban Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Got to leave long, because I can't keep it long. Right? No, you take your time on it. Right? So at this time, my dear friends, I invite each and every one of us, let the soul stand. Before we are about to leave, if there's anybody else who did not get the opportunity and they wish to view the body before we are about to leave, they may come and do so very quickly.
They will be full because they are.
No, but we take your time on it. We're taking time on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we keep.
We reach early day, we got to.
Yeah, that's it. We'll ask them. I'll ask him by yourself.
We try.
I'll ask him more time. Yeah. So again, once more, for those who did not get the opportunity and they wish to come and view the body of Uncle G, they may come and do so now, please. Oh no, I can't drink nothing. Can't drink or eat nothing. Yeah.
Okay, you have napkins. You have tissue if you want, just the face, right? You can use it.
Huh? If we leave now, take your time, go up.
No.
It will take the time. No, if you take time, go. Yeah, no, we have to also get for traffic today, Saturday. No problem. Yeah? Yeah, about you, yeah.
Everybody come on.
आए भी अकेला, into this world we have come alone, और जाए भी अकेला, and in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. When we do take stock of our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए भी अकेला और जाए भी अकेला.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। काहे तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना, काहे तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना, नेकी करम कर ले, दुनिया से डरना हो। काहे तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना, नेकी करम कर ले, दुनिया से डरना। पाप की अगन में खुद को काहे को धकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। हर की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले, हर की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले। जीवन मिले ना फिर ये, जीवन को पाले, हर की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले। जीवन मिले ना फिर ये, जीवन को पाले। खेल जगत का सारा उसी न है खेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। ये जिंदगी है प्यारी, एक झूठ सपना, ये जिंदगी है प्यारी, एक झूठ सपना। गैरों के दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना, ये जिंदगी है प्यारी, एक झूठ सपना। गैरों के दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना, सबके रहते हुए मैं हूँ अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला।
2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में, काहे के तू करते गुमान। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में, काहे के करते गुमान। मार्ग चलते मोछ मनोरथ, मर्याद सब भाई के। सब कहाइगे। पर धन देखी के मन अब ललचे, पर धन देखी के मन अब ललचे, निकल गई बेईमान रे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते तुम्हारे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते पर सुख देखी के मन अब जलते, जैसे अग्नि घास रे। पर सुख देखी के मन अब जलते, जैसे अग्नि घास रे। आन के बधाई सुनकर मूरख, आन के बधाई सुनकर मूरख हुए हैं पूरा लबार रे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते तुम्हारे रे, काहे के करते तुम्हारे रे। पर धन देखी के जो हरते हैं, अपना जाल बिछाई के। पर धन क्रिया जो हरते हैं, अपना जाल फैलाई के। राम लाल सुनो भाई संतवा, राम लाल सुनो भाई संत, उनसे रहो होशियार रे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते तुम्हारे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते तुम्हारे। 2 दिन की मेहमान जगत में काहे के करते
कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के घटरिया, कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के घटरिया, धन बांध के घटरिया, धन बांध के घटरिया, धन बांध के घटरिया, धन बांध के घटरिया रे। कोई नाल जय है धन बांध के घटरिया। जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे, जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे, उलट गए दोनों नैन पटरिया, उलट गए दोनों नैन पटरिया रे। कोई नाल दे धन बांध के घटरिया। मारही सूता प्राण निकाल निकाले। मारे ही सूता प्राण निकाले। प्राण लोकाई खोतरिया खोतरिया, ओ प्राण लोकाई खोतरिया खोतरिया रे। कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध के घतरिया, कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध के घतरिया, कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध के घतरिया। चार प्रहर मिली काट उठावे। चार प्रहर मिली काट उठावे। फूक दिया जैसे बन के लकड़िया, फूक दिया जैसे बन के लकड़िया रे। कोई नाल जय धन बांध के घतरिया, कोई नाले जय धन बांध के घतरिया, कोई नाले जय धन। कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, कहत कबीर, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु। छूट गए सब महल उतरिया, छूट जाए सब महल उतरिया। कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध के घतरिया, कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध के घतरिया। अरे कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध के।
परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण, है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे।
this earth, may the soul never encounter such suffering again. We ask one for blessing your protection, to the guidance and the faith and the blessings of those devotees who are gathered here today as we offer our prayer. Hari Om. Om Shri Aksharam Param Rashram Matrahiram Chardve Tatram Chapradhaneva Prasana Purdoshodama Omandrahiram Pradhahiram Bhaktihiram Chanardram Yatapucharam Yaneva Paripurdam Tanastumi Namaha Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bando Chasata Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Pradhan Sabro Shri Pradhamahare Lal Ke Just pull share side please. Voice on the come. Somebody of polyflowers. There you go, bit. Let it put up now. Well, let's come here. Put all of them first. Don't leave it. Yeah. Are you my assistant for my person? Like that? Mama. Nam. Somebody can discuss some stuff inside the please.
Masih pari-pari, masih kau pari-pari. File pari-pari. Ay, 2 foot step away. Nanti kasih dia pari-pari.
जब हम न होंगे तब हमारी खाक पे तुम रुकोगे चलते चलते अश्कों से भीगी चांदनी में एक सदा सी सुनोगे
This was it. Alright, good, thank you. This one. Put it on. Got a sham match at the end of the day. Today, I should say. Om Yam Lord Mahal Sudra Parana Mukishmida Chaitanya Dadi. Right. Ready? Pin 90 right, left, right one. Take it on, put the D left one. Then one up. You stop a bit. Stop right now. Take it in now. Right. Mama, mata, right? Kalau ini right? Mau mikro terusnya, mikro. Mau terusnya, begini. Perintah namasnya segini. Buat gaya saja. Sudah nak. Cuba buru. Dia yang tadi dia tu betul apa itu? Kamu nak?
जब हम न होंगे तब हमारी खाक पे तुम रुकोगे चलते चलते अश्कों से भीगी चांदनी में एक सदा सी सुनोगे चलते चलते वहीं पे कहीं हम तुमसे मिलेंगे बनके कली बनके सदा बाग़े वफ़ा में रहे ना रहे हम महका करेंगे बनके कली बनके सदा बाग़े वफ़ा में रहे न रहे हम महका करेंगे बनके कली बनके सदा बाग़े वफ़ा में रहे न रहे हम मौसम कोई हो इस चमन में रंग बनके रहेंगे इन विज़ाओं में चाहत की खुशबू यूं ही जुल्फों से उड़ेगी फिज़ाएं या बहारें यूं ही झूमते और खिलते रहेंगे बनके कली बनके सदा बाग़े वफ़ा में रहे न रहे हम महका करेंगे बनके कली बनके सदा बाग़े वफ़ा में रहे न रहे हम
जब प्राण तन से निकले सिर सोहना मुकुट हो मुखरे पे काली लट हो सिर सोहना मुकुट हो मुखरे पे काली लट हो यहाँ जान मेरे गत हो जब प्राण तन से निकले इतना तो करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले जब प्राण कंत आवे कोई रोग ना सतावे जब प्राण कंत आवे कोई रोग ना सतावे स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले। इतनी मेरी अरज है मानो तो क्या हरज है। इतनी मेरी अरज है मानो तो क्या हरज है। वहाँ आपका फरज है जब प्राण तन से निकले।